Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Drinks and Discussions. Hang on one second. Let me fix that screen. Da, 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 da. Let's go back here to live. And I've got to change this screen to this. There we go. How about that? Now we're good. Hello, everyone. Thanks you for joining us. I'm making sure that my voice is coming in loud and clear. Marcus, you want to do a mic check just to be sure as well?
Yes, mic check,
Yes,
mic check.
you're coming
Can
in
you?
nice and clear. Hey, so I gotta step away. I gotta get my ice. So I'll be right back, and then we'll get started. But Marcus is going to stay with you guys, and I will be back shortly.
Yes. Oh, and if you guys out there in the chat, as always, let us know if you can't hear us, anything like that. But uh, what's up, Bumper? What's up, Truth Teller? Yeah, I like the screen you put up there. It's a little ode, little nod to Halloween. And of course, Jake, our other host, he's a big fan of the Halloween. So um, yeah, Thumper. How about them Cowboys? Man, yeah, they came up big out there in the city of angels, as they say. Came up big, so good stuff. How are you guys doing out there tonight? Yeah, but uh-oh. Can you guys hear me okay out there? So, okay, I'm trying to catch up on the chat now. Something was going on with my tablet, and I was unable to see the chats coming through. But I think I should be good now. Yeah, I'm pumped up about those. I'm pumped up about the Philly game. I think that felt this way. We had two road games in a row. We had the road game in LA, and then of course the one in Philadelphia this week. I said we had to get one of those, and preferably the one in LA because we can concede the one on the road in Philadelphia. But now going up to Philadelphia, we're playing with house money. We are playing with house money. So if we win, great. If we don't, great, because we're still in good shape.
I'm back too, by the way.
Are you back? Okay.
Just turning on the camera. Hello, everyone. If I can get this thing working.
Oh, I don't know if my chats are updating as they should.
If you're watching it on the stream, it's going to be a little delayed. But if you're watching it, uh, yeah, if you're watching it on the stream, it's going to be a little delay from what we're seeing on the screen. Just if you're watching it on the screen, just watch it on the screen. It's going to be a little delay.
Yeah, no, I do that. I pop it out.
Oh,
I go
okay.
to
Yeah. Okay.
YouTube, but I'm wondering if
How's everybody? And yes, did somebody send a message or an alarm to Liz to let her know that it's Tuesday and we are doing our live stream on Tuesday? Anybody? You've sent her that reminder. She's going to always come in a little late.
I know.
Thumper stops. Pump the brakes, buddy. Pump the brakes. We are not keeping Rush as the QB. And I know you and Marcus are not the biggest Dak fans like myself, but let's wait. Pump the brakes. We'll get into that a little later, but pump the brakes, man. Pump the
See,
brakes.
this could be karma coming back on deck.
Let's go. Let's get in it. Let's talk about drinks because I got some ice. I need to pour something on it, and so let's talk about what we're drinking today. Marcus, you got the floor, sir.
Yes. I just got my regular Mountain Dew Zero tonight. So, I got a bit of a headache tonight, so I didn't want to go with the hard liquor tonight.
I am going with. I got something new today, actually. So this is actually Jefferson's, and if you look clearly at the bottle, you'll see a little statuette in the background of that bottle. It's supposed to be Thomas Jefferson.
But I was say, it almost looks like a naked man.
Stop it. I'll turn around the back. You probably see a better naked man. Did we have enough naked talk last week? In the pictures you sent to me of cat dinner.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yes, misunderstood. Those are weights in the background that I need to start using a lot more than I probably do. I did get a little small workout in today, but I usually get around this time of year because I know I'm going to be packing on the pounds with the holiday parties and stuff. So I'm starting to get into it, trying to get like Marcus there and in physical fitness. Got to work on my physical fitness. So that's what I'm drinking. It's the Jefferson's Ocean. And I didn't show you the rock today because the rock was not perfectly round. It was a little oblong. And that's what I had. So we got Truth Teller is drinking Fago orange. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that means. Fago orange. Well, you know what Fago orange? Or is it Fanta orange? I don't know what is he talking about, Marcus?
Fago, Fago orange. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
I don't think I've ever heard of that either. I'm pretty sure. I'm actually positive I've never heard of that. But anyway, why don't you tell us, Truth Teller, what that is? Is that a drink of some sort, like a soda of some sort? Are we live on the other? Yeah, I'm assuming we're live, right?
Yeah, I think we are. The stream says, looks like we're live
But on Facebook, on YouTube, does it show we're live on YouTube? Yeah, it does.
on
Okay.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yep, okay, I got you. I just had to get in the right spot. All right, so that way I can text over there too, as well as over here. So what's going on, guys? What have you guys been up to this week? We got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. Thumper said he's never drinks, so he's going to try some. And I've got a Toro Fuente cigar. That's why I'm in the garage tonight. I'm going to smoke that up tonight.
Fago. So Truth Teller says Fago is a Midwest soft drink.
Very nice. So, cameraman is in the building. Hello, cameraman. Truth Thumper is drinking that vodka tonight. Cameraman, can you hear us? I can't hear you if you say
Yeah.
something. Yes.
Are you just like playing with
What's
us?
up,
Or you being
cameraman?
for real?
About what?
You don't know what a Fago is?
Yeah.
No, we've never heard of that.
You've never
Is it a-
heard of Fago, huh?
Mm-mm.
Think of
Is it a
like
fake
you know how
O?
like no, you know how like Fanta is like, I don't know, you drink it if you have to. Imagine like enjoying drinking that Fanta, and that's a Fago.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was kind of similar to a Fanta. That's kind of what I was going at. I thought it was similar to
Yeah, but you're always gonna choose the Fago over the Fanta if it's available.
Hmm.
Are you saying it's better than a Fanta? Is that what
Oh yeah. by leaps and bounds.
It's not better than this Jefferson's bourbon, I tell you that.
No. But the great thing about Fagos, right? Like Fago Rock and Rye makes a great mixer with anything, except whiskey. I don't drink whiskey. I don't like whiskey. Fuck whiskey.
shut your mouth when you're talking to me, cameraman. Shut your mouth.
Oh, I had a bad experience with whiskey one time. It involved a fifth of wild turkey, and I don't know. I'm still putting the days back together.
Wait. Speaking of putting the days back together, has anybody noticed the Halloween theme? Even in the intro, and then look at your.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought we would get a lot more comments about the theme here, guys.
So I think Thumper or
Oh,
Truth Teller,
you
one
know
of them.
what?
said something about it.
I'm literally just looking at the stream now and been like, oh yeah, I see the bats and everything now.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like just some background.
What do you think? We don't play with StreamYard, man. We do a professional around here.
I'm just so used to seeing so many streams just toss up, like the same generic background that's in a theme or something and everything else, I can read the words, I see the thing, I don't even really pay attention.
You know what? I got to differentiate, man. I'm a marketing guy. You got to market your product. You got to keep it fresh. Even though we're not as fresh as I thought, because I'm a little smelly today. That was a joke, Marcus. Oh, he's talking to his daughter.
So
what's
what are we
going on?
talking about today? What's on
Well,
the plate?
I got a lot to discuss, and I've got videos to show today too, that I want you
Ooh,
guys'
getting
opinion.
fancy this time.
Well, see, so here's the deal. I know this is not the sports channel. I get it. This is not why I want to talk about sports. But I saw a couple of things that reminded me of, and the subject matter is, are we a society that rewards bad behavior rather than holding them accountable for such
Is
bad
that a
behavior?
question?
Yeah, it is a question.
Because we already know the answer to that. The answer is yes.
Well, hold on. You gotta leave something for the hands of make people stick around. You can't just tell them just have spoilers all through the
The answer is yes. Show's over, folks. Everybody have a good day.
If you don't know, now you know. And if you don't know, now you know.
But no, yeah. Like most people aren't aware of that, but yeah, if you're a good person, like you're playing on hard mode, and I don't know why that is. We're taught to be good people, but I don't know. You don't play by the rules like everybody else, and everything gets a whole lot easier.
Well, Truth Teller, by the way, I'm talking to the chat real quick. Truth Teller, I was going to be in character, because in case you guys didn't see the promo, I was Count Chocula in the promo. And I was going to do it today, but then I moved everything out here to the garage, and I wasn't able to kind of keep the filter that made it look right. So I was just kind of like, screw that. I'll wait till
Count Chocula is kind of like the only like the whole only parody Dracula that I count as canon.
I would give you that. I give you that.
I'm an 80s child, man. Me and Count Chocula go way back.
So my best friend, actually, when they go out of town, we go over and watch the cats, keep an eye on the house and all that kind of stuff, right? So we go over there, and my son always rates the pantry. He's a pantry kid. If he goes to your house and he's comfortable, if he goes in your pantry, he's looking for snacks. And they always have snacks in there waiting for him and all that kind of stuff. But he picks up this box of cereal, and unbeknownst to me, I wasn't even aware. Well, I probably was, but it just escaped my memory. Remember, not just Count Chocula, but there was Frankenberry cereal, the strawberry.
Frankenberry and Booberry.
And so my best friend, he says that's the only cereal he'll eat. And let me tell you, my son loves that cereal. And then we had to go on Amazon for one to buy the next box. And that box of cereal is like $10. But then they come out for Halloween, which is around now. Then you go to the stores. Now they stock the shelves with all this high price bougie cereal. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why are we?
Wait. When did
$10?
off-brand, low shelf cereals become like bougie and top shelf? When did this flip happen?
I don't know. When they stopped selling it and became a nostalgia thing, and people were like,
Oh yeah, the member berries, man. The member berries will get your society every time. Get your society thinking about how things used to be back when they were young, naive, and innocent, and they'll all start chasing that fantasy again.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
I love the meme that I see on the internet sometimes. It shows a Blockbuster sign, which most people don't know what it is anymore. But it shows a Blockbuster sign, and the meme on it, it says the world that I came from no longer exists.
Hang on a second. I gotta get that off. Sorry.
NFL. And that's caught on
Ooh,
camera on
phrasing.
national television for Monday Night
Hang on.
Football.
Sorry.
There is no
That is all me. Sorry, guys. I wasn't ready for that. I'm glad I didn't have my porn show up like that.
Uh-oh.
That's a joke. Come on, give me a break. But okay, so we're not talking about cereal today. I wanted to get into some of these things that the reasons why. And by the way, if you guys were looking for Jake got a call from his sister and had to go and babysit for a while for his niece, and so he's doing that. And when he is done, he will return, and he will be joining us if time allots us to do that as well. So if you're looking for Big Jake, that is where he's at. So, I saw a couple of things over the weekend and even through last week, because when we do these on Tuesday, there's a lot of things happen Wednesday until next Tuesday. And I even shouted out to Marcus when I saw a couple of things of just grown men behaving pretty badly. And some of them are in sports related and some of them are not. So bear with us. If you are not a sports person, just stick around because we're going to talk about some of the other things too. Because we understand that we are in a climate where there are two different narratives, in my opinion. There are accountability for police officers that do wrong, and people are out there trying to, stir the pot, hold the police officer accountable for their bad behavior. But then there's another narrative where people are saying people are too woke, which I really am not 100% positive. I want to get people's view on what woke is and what it means to them. Because woke to me means accountability to a certain degree. Now, I'm not talking about cancel culture. I'm talking about a woke culture, meaning that we're going to draw attention to people who behave badly. I am starting to see, in my own opinion, you guys tell me how you feel. I'll let you guys have the floor in 2 seconds. That the more outrageous, the more immature, and the more, crude, rude, and unintelligent that people are becoming, the more they are seeming to be thrust into the spotlight, or people seem to follow them as if they are some type of, I don't want to say God is the word, but some type of idol. And I'm just perplexed. What do you guys think?
Well, I think you're misconstruing woke culture as it stands now with what you're trying to describe, which is being awake. Not woke, but being awake. Not being naive to things or anything else, but basically what woke culture is now is kind of what you're describing, but the hysterical subset of it.
But what is woke then? Explain to me what woke is.
The hysterical subset of being awake.
Go ahead, Marcus. I can't hear you if you're talking.
I don't see that he's popping up either.
You muted yourself somehow.
I forgot. I was talking to my daughter earlier, and I forgot I had to unmute myself.
Yeah.
I think so. In my very elementary explanation of that or understanding of that, doesn't it simply just mean that we are, or a person becomes just very much aware whatever it is they think is going on around them?
Well, that's being awake. Going completely off, over the line into the hysterical part of it. That's being woke.
I guess I don't get the hysterical part of it.
Yeah, I'm still a little unsure.
With the way that I've seen it used, a woke person is somebody who is, it's like a shark swimming in water. They are constantly looking for something to be hysterical about. They're not waiting for something to happen naturally in the environment. They're looking to find it and or cause it to happen so they can be hysterical about it.
So causing an uproar without any ramifications.
Well, even if there are ramifications, they're looking for that adrenaline high of the situation.
Okay, I got you.
So they search it out, and or they search out environments where they can cause the reaction.
Got it. But in that if that scenario, I would consider that as being the problem, which is the bad behavior. That's not the repercussions of bad behavior. That's causing the bad behavior.
Well, the
Right.
reinforcement is that there's no repercussions for the most part. And even if there are, it's usually a slap on the hand, something swept under the rug, whatever. It's nothing as detrimental as what you would think it is. And it just gets reinforced to happen again.
Well, I'm trying to. I want to do something here real quick, and I don't want to get too far into down this path. And I'm again, I want to make sure that I'm clear that even some of the things that I'm going to show you are not indication that these people are bad. I'm not saying that. These are just behaviors that I saw that made me want to discuss what we're about to discuss. And so one of the things that I wanted to show, get this over here, is it happened to be from a end of a football game yesterday. And at the end of this football game, I want you guys to see what the player did. And trust me, the narrative and the path you think that I'm going to go down by showing you this is probably not what you think. But I want you guys all in the chat to watch this and really show and look at what and tell me what you guys think of the behavior that you're about to see.
NFL, and that's caught on camera on national television for Monday Night Football. There is no.
Before I answer anything else, I want to apologize to the guy. It was some guy running off the field.
Now, I don't want to share the apology because the apology, the guy did apologize for this. That's, neither here nor there. That's not even part of what I wanted to talk about. But what you saw, I don't know if you guys were able to tell what you were looking at. What you saw was a football player who lost the game, coming off the field, and pushes a cameraman as the cameraman is trying to, do his job, collect all the things that he had, and had a very high priced piece of equipment in his hand, but shoved by a professional athlete to the ground. What do you guys think about just the video that you saw?
I mean, I don't know that it was as egregious as it may have come across, or if you want to make it out to be, from that angle that you the camera angle that you show. So I saw the original angle or the angle that most media outlets were showing, and it made it look as though the guy was already standing in his face, kind of jockeying, wanting to stick a microphone in his face. The clip that you just showed, I'm taking a step back and saying that wasn't the case. It looked as though the guy with the camera is trying to cross the path same time as Devontae Adams is coming off the field, and he pushes him out of the way. And I don't think that he saw him.
Didn't see him, right. Did not see Devontae Adams walking by. And again, remember, if you saw the guy looked like a small individual compared to Devontae Adams. And the way Devontae Adams referred to this situation on his apology was he thought it was a fan or someone running onto the field. And as the person was running to the field, he pushed them to get him out of his way. Later, he put a tweet out that didn't also really kind of take ownership of his actions. And before I go any further, Mr. B says, in 2022, woke refers to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Mr. B, if that is the truth, why are so many people against people being woke, if what you say is accurate? Because I've seen a lot of people say they have a problem with generations that are wanting to be woke. They want to be woke in schools. How does Herschel Walker say school?
Right.
Schools. You gotta go schools.
Which goes back to my interpretation of how I've seen it been used as people going over the line, going too far.
But
Like you can be awake, you can be asleep, you can be awake, or you can be woke. And woke is like when you go like that parody self, and you go way over the line and you're just a caricature at this moment. But you don't see the joke because you are the joke at that point.
I'm gonna be the cameraman here. Be a little devil's advocate. I'm going to sit there and say, remember when you were in school and you just wanted people to play with you, but not everybody were welcoming for you to be a part of their group. I think woke
Wait, have you been talking to my therapist?
I think woke has to do, in my opinion, with people trying to, for lack of a better, well, I think there's two sides of wokeness. I think the real extreme woke people want to force things on you. So if I am homosexual and I say, hey, everything has to be or include my sexuality or sexual orientation or anything, it always has to be in the forefront.
Oh, man,
I don't care about this. I don't care about that. I don't care
Why
about
not
this and all
just
that
take
kind of
it the
stuff.
full Monty, though? Why not just say, I'm a gay man, now you guys have to date me? Why not just do the full Monty?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The extreme side can be that extreme, but if you're just
Right.
But if you're just saying that someone's woke, and you're saying it includes diversity, inclusion, and all these other
No,
things,
that's what they say that is, so that they can try and cover up for how society. Remember, society determines definitions, and the majority of society doesn't see woke as a good thing. Being awake is a good thing. Being asleep is not.
well,
But when you go too far, when you strain outside the lines of what this thing is, well, then you become woke at that point. When you ain't awake anymore.
Right. So let's go to some of the chats here. Let's go, because Liz was saying, who's our guest speaker? Liz, this is the cameraman. He's not really a guest. He's like a frequent host from time to time. Whenever he finds that we fit into his busy schedule, he'll join us. But he's not using a voice synthesizer. I promise. At least I don't think he is. He might be fooling us all.
Wait, you trying to say something?
That's what Liz said. She said, "Are you using a voice synthesizer?" You sound like Mr. Roboto.
Who, me? Hello. How are you? You see, I have a voice made for radio.
Good morning, Kiss 106 FM. I'm the cameraman.
Oh, stop. Like, can you imagine being raised in the 80s by,
No.
parents that think they know everything, but they're still
Wait a
way
minute.
too young to know anything, thinking
on,
that,
hold on a
I don't
second.
know, radio DJing or radio operations are going to be, crucial in the future?
Hold on a second. Marcus and I were raised in the 80s. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Imagine.
I know that was sarcasm you were
Oh,
smelling.
okay, I got you. All right.
Meaning my parents and or my grandparents from their generation and everything when I was young, they thought that radio operations or getting a job in radio, having that inflected voice, however you do it,
It's like people saying
was
that
going to be a big thing.
It's like people saying that there's a career in oil field drilling, but let's talk about that another time. Let's move on.
No, that's just where good money is
move on.
real fast, but it's
That
grudge
is-
work.
Absolutely. I have a friend they call themselves Roughnecks, and he's out there on
Yes.
He's on an onshore drilling site, and I know it's hard.
You
work.
want big boy money, you're gonna have to go do big boy things.
and he's got a missing finger to prove it. Not a bit of his finger was cut off.
Oh, you could miss a finger in wood shop.
Oh, yeah, true story. So let's go back to some of the things. So Liz says that she thinks people are complaining about being overwoke. And Mr. B says because it can go to an excess. Example, Supreme Court justice unwilling or unable to define what woman is because she is not a biologist. Yes, I understand the extremist parts, and I understand the pronouns issues, trying to catch up on these things too. That's why we need Jake, because Jake actually really does a good job on these the chats over here.
I think Jake would be agreeing with me right now.
But I also agree. I'm kind of agreeing. But again, does woke mean that we are holding people that behave poorly accountable? Because if that's not woke, what is that? Because I really believe that we're in society where people are put into these lofted, not saying elected officials. I'm talking about even people you see on the internet, in your neighborhoods, in your
Oh yeah, yeah,
communities,
yeah.
that people who are just bad human beings being elevated and thrust upon other individuals or by other individuals as if they are, I don't know, some righteous individual. And I just don't get it.
No, but that's because you come from a different world. You come from a time when chivalrous acts and things of that nature were put up onto a pedestal, while as time moved on, that pedestal got flipped upside down over the years. And now we do the exact same thing for the opposite type of behavior. It's not that we think one is better than the other, it's just that we get bored as a species and a society over time. And if we have too much of the same thing, eventually, no matter what, we're gonna start drinking from the other cup just because it's a different.
Well, so I'm also in the corporate world. Most of you guys know, and we have a lot of meetings, whether it be Microsoft Team meetings or if they're on Zoom meetings. And Marcus, you may know this as well. Even in corporate America, they are allowing people to use whoever or whatever they identify with. So when you see somebody's name, they actually say his, her, or them or they in their signature. There's a lot, and companies allow that. We even went as far as removing a person's first and last name on some of the things that we communicate within the organization, and we only use their email address because there are other people who have a government name but also want to go by something completely different because of whatever they're trying to do in their lives right now.
A moniker.
Yes.
So when it comes to the pronouns, then I mean, if you identify as a him or a his or same thing her, then oh, I was gonna say like in my case, if I would identify as him or his, but I don't need to do that, right? I mean, why
Yes,
do I
you-
need?
Right.
yes,
But
you don't need to.
that's not even the discussion, though, right? Just because you identify as X, Y, or Z has nothing to do with me. And that's where the problem becomes. You can do anything
Right.
you want inside of your own head. But once you try
Right.
to dictate my actions or my behavior because of, what's going on inside your headspace, that's where the problem is. You don't
Right.
have those permissions or those powers. You can ask, and I could yield them to you, but you cannot demand them, and that's where the rub is.
And I always think that if you don't need to use those pronouns because you already identify for who you actually are, your physical being identifies you of whatever sex you are, the people who actually go out of their way to put him, whatever, those pronouns, are the ones who I believe are fighting against using the pronouns. So if you see someone who actually conscientiously puts those things in their signature, then they are the ones are the ones who are against others from using the pronouns that they identify with.
Now, this is the kind of person I am, but if I'm meeting you for the first time, or even if I know you for a long time, if you come up to me and say, oh yeah, my pronouns are this, that, and the other thing, the only thing that does for me is gives me a whole lot of information on how to push your button sociologically to get a reaction out of you. Because all you did was tell me everything I need to know on how to make you act a fool on command.
But hold on, let me
Cameraman, just make sure I have make sure I have some popcorn in the front row seat when that happens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, trust me. Once people interact with me enough, someone starts doing something like everybody starts paying attention because they know what's coming.
but here's the question for you guys regarding all this. But this is a real story. I mean, I always like to use real world situations that I've gone through. So I was going into a place that I frequent to meet my friend for drinks. And as soon as I get in, somebody I also knew was coming out, and they were having dinner with their family. Didn't know they were going to be up there, but it was him, his wife's sister, and his wife's mother. And as they were walking out, I said hello. We, greeted and everything. And as soon as they got ready to leave, I said, "Oh, great, it was great meeting you guys." Then I said, "Sorry, it was nice meeting you all." And the mother came over here and she gave me a hug. She goes, "I'm so glad you said that." She goes, "Because using guys for girls is a thing." That was one of the first things that people were starting to use when it comes to like using pronouns. You calling a girl a guy and your generalizations of a group of people was frowned upon. And it's still frowned upon for some people, and especially if you have a meeting and there's one female in the group and all the guys go, "Hey guys, hi guys, how you doing guys?" And I've had 2 or 3 people instances when those guys say that. They go, "Hey, I'm here too, And they go, "Oh, I'm sorry." But it's not just about, the LGBTQ community. It's also about women also being generalized in people's day-to-day verbiage as well. What say you?
Right. Well, I would say welcome to equality. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute.
I'm pretty red pilled on that one.
And
you know,
20
you want
and
it.
2022
Everybody always asks.
2022, welcome to equality, folks. Yes, Liz, the lot of you. I'll come around there and beat the lot of you. It's my best British voice. I know I can't do accents. Marcus, you're up.
What accent do you want me to do?
The British accent, the lot of you. I'm going to come over there and kick the lot of you.
Gosh, you're putting me on the spot now. I don't know if I can do it.
We'll give you some time.
Either way, he's gonna murder it now.
But so what do you guys? Or just to go, because I got another video. I want to talk about Davante Adams. What do you guys? The last word here on what you saw, was that bad behavior that you witnessed there? Do you condone it? Do you speak out against it when it comes to that kind of stuff? What say you guys in the chat? What do you say about the behavior of an NFL trained athlete pushing a cameraman to the ground and not even saying, "Hey, at the moment, I'm sorry," but walking over him at the end of the day, and not saying anything until way, way further into after he'd showered and gotten changed before he started issuing an apology?
No,
I don't know. I got an opinion on that one. From what I saw, the professionals, the reason why people are there for that entertainment, they have the right of way when moving on or off the field. So if you're a clumsy cameraman getting in the way and you get pushed out of the way, whether it's to the ground or otherwise, it's not like he got punched, not like he got kicked or thrown or anything else. He just got moved out of the primary path for that which had the right of way.
Marcus?
He did apologize for it later, but I don't think that he had to be honest.
Yeah, I don't. I guess technically, I mean, he probably didn't have to, but it was good of him that he did, and then probably because he probably did feel bad. I mean, that's the heat of the moment. They're fresh. He's fresh off of that messed up play where he ran into his teammate, and honestly, he's probably more pissed at his teammate than anything.
So,
and that just carried over.
Yeah, I agree with you, Marcus. But let me just say this too, just in case you never know who's watching, who might say this or rebroadcast this or whatever. Davante Adams, for all things that I've seen and heard and watched, is a good guy. He's never in the spotlight as being something like an Antonio Brown or anything like that doing knucklehead stuff. Hello, Yum. Good to see you. But it wasn't like if you go to the store and somebody gets in your path, you might run up on them and go, like, "Dude, get away from me," or all that kind of stuff. Like, or accidentally running into each other.
That's two private individuals, though. Those were both working professionals.
But listen, they wear uniforms. The vest with you look like a construction worker that identifies you as being a person that is supposed to be on the field. There wasn't like a random guy, and he also had a camera in his hand. So there's a lot of identifying things that could possibly be. I can contradict everything that he's saying, that I just didn't know this guy. He was running on the field. But then also, when you do this, when you do that thing right there, that is a move where you are tending to really inflict bodily harm on someone. You do that. So Devontae, as a physical specimen, he is one of the people who should not be shoving anybody to the ground unless it's in the field of play. But I just wanted to get people's listen. I got other things to go on. I'm moving on. There's reasons why I'm doing this, guys. Reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. But I'm glad that you see a lot of people they're saying that nobody's condoning this type of behavior, and it's been one of those things where it's everybody has a problem with it. And this guy, I'm hoping he gets suspended maybe one game, but I think he's a good enough guy. And if you haven't seen his Taco Bell commercials, he's the guy who has the Taco Bell commercial where they build a Taco Bell in his house, and he's the only guy. He has to pull a number, and they say, "Order number 1, your order's ready."
Now,
I like that commercial. So
even though my opinion is overall that he really didn't do anything wrong, even if they gave him a suspension, I'd still agree with the suspension.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with this suspension. I think he knows, and he just took his frustration out on this poor guy. It was the closest thing that he could take his anger out on. And
It looked more defensive than anything, though. It's not like he punched him. It's not like he just moved him out of the primary. He was trying to get off the field. The dude was in his path.
Yeah, and I don't think that dude was trying to even, engage.
No, he was being a rookie cameraman, dude.
Yes.
He was right in the way.
Yeah. He was not aware of his surroundings, and I get that. That's a little bit on the other side. He was not aware of his surroundings.
Say, they were working professionals. They're both supposed to know, how this works.
I heard that he was a freelancer for ESPN, and now I can say is he actually called the cops and went to the hospital. I can say he's going to get at least a couple $100,000 just by being pushed easily.
Oh yeah.
No, because I bet you he signed a waiver so that he could get field access.
Oh yeah, so if you get hurt or anything, well, this is not beyond. This is beyond the pale of your job description. So this is not something that he was working in the
being
capacity
pushed out of the way
job.
from somebody trying to exit the field. I mean,
Not
if you really want to push this to court, I bet you can just get tossed right out.
I don't know about that because the game was over. This is not a player that ran over him during the course of the game. If you're cleaning up and you get to have an accident that's not part of your job duties by a player intentionally, I think there's a little bit of litigation that could be won. And of course, you won't even hear about it because I think if it was me,
nothing trial.
I would go, hey guy, here's our 50 grand, 60 grand, 70 grand, whatever. Here it is. I'm sorry. I look like a good guy too by doing those types of things.
You know what? Because the payout's only going to be, he's going to get he's going to get a payout, right? But I bet you through publicity and hype that you could drag out it by taking this to trial with a big name and hyping it up in the media, that you could get way more advertising revenue than what it would cost to pay out.
Yeah.
Just saying, you could make this a plus.
Well, I'm trying to respond to the chats here too. Did I just? Oh, sorry. I got to put chat over there. Thanks, Yum, for weed out the people that we don't want over here, and I want to make sure that that's clear. If you guys got people from other channels coming over here, just boot them out. I always used to say don't block people, but at the end of the day, we're trying to stay in this lane over here, not going in anybody else's lane. But let me go after that guy. After that guy, I got another video for you guys, okay? This next video is going to be hopefully something that you guys also find just as deplorable, but I got to have...
So are you saying this video is better?
I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Let's see. Let's do that.
DEFCON 3 on...
Wait. And it's a short one. So I'll pause it and then also leave it up on the screen so you guys can see all this stuff. Can I move this? No, I can't move that. I'll go live there. Okay. Bam. Kanye West. Anybody see this yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So he
Oh yeah. Okay. I
he
heard about
tweets-
this. I
he-
didn't see it yet though.
he tweets out, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew also. You guys toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone whoever opposes your agenda.
So, clowns being a clown, water's wet. What's new?
What say you guys on this behavior? Again, there's a method to my madness. There's a reason why I'm going here with these things, guys. Bear with me.
I just laugh at that stuff because I'm like, man.
Oh, before you
But
guys
see,
go
that's
there,
what you're supposed to
before
do
you
when
guys go there,
look at a clown.
before you go there, Yum was actually, I was wondering what she was talking about, the smoke bomb guy, but there was a player that ran on the field that had like
Oh,
this little
yeah,
smoke
yeah.
bomb and got laid out by Jason Peters, I
Yes,
believe
he
it was,
did.
by the Rams.
Yes,
And
he
yes,
did.
he got
Yes.
exactly what he deserved. 100%
Yeah.
exactly.
And you know what?
he does.
That dude's still gonna get paid, but he got exactly what he was supposed to on the field. I saw that hit. That was good.
Now what's he gonna get paid for? He was trespassing.
Yeah, he's trying to sue people now. Yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah, but the players don't have the authority to do what he did in that physical action. It's still an assault and battery. The security could have done it, but not the player.
See, okay, I haven't. Okay, I don't want to get us off topic, but we can circle back around to that. I just
Go ahead, say what you're going to say.
well, because but I don't want to get on my soapbox because I'm gonna tell you why we got issues with crime in America, and it really, I'll say it's more so in America. I mean, in a lot of other countries, they handle their shit better over there. I'm telling you, if we start doing to these criminals what they did to become criminals, it'll stop that shit. It'll stop it dead in its tracks.
Say that again.
If we start doing to the criminals what they did to become criminal, it'll stop it. It'll stop it. And that,
So,
that may
like-
sound
like-
kind of a little sadistic,
What would
but
that look like?
if some dude shoots somebody, then that's how he needs to die.
Oh, you don't want
Well,
that kind of thing.
Are you? Wait. Hold
Nah,
on. So
nah,
like
nah,
flesh
nah,
wound for flesh wound, because we already give the death penalty to murderers already. In places
But
where
see,
they
that-
still have capital punishment. But
Well, in some ways, that's a waste of time. I mean, if in some ways we're just going through the process of, everyone has a right to a fair trial. So that.
Well, and I kind of see what you're saying because especially if something happens to you or your loved one, you want that exact same thing and tenfold happen to them, right? You really want that
yeah.
to happen.
you
stop.
want that to happen, but you're only entitled to truth and justice. You're not entitled to vengeance or satisfaction.
But that's all I'm saying. Is
Right.
That's how that will stop. If they make that okay, that'll stop all this stuff. That'll stop all these people.
Oh, no,
Okay.
yeah. So, like in the instance of the dude running onto the field, the player hitting him being all right, I'm okay with that being all right
Yes.
and him not having to pay out for that. But we all know how the legal system runs, and he didn't have the authority to do what he did, even though it was the right thing to do.
And that's where I have the problem is authority be damned in that situation. The
Well,
climate
when
that we live
did
in.
we give away the authority to do the right thing? I don't remember there being a law enacted that says, hey, you can't do the right thing. And if you do, X, Y, and Z are going to happen because you did the right thing.
Yeah, that's just dumb. It's inefficient. It's just dumb. It's a waste of time. Just let
But that's
them.
the way it's set up right now. In instances where you are, in fact, doing the right thing,
Yeah,
you can be punished for it because
know.
you did the right thing and you didn't have the authority to do said thing.
I know,
Right.
that's in line to me. That's more of the problem than anything.
Oh, I agree. I agree. It's a big indicator of a broken system.
And by the way, Liz, there's no apology needed, no matter what the religion we discuss, or if it's Scientology or whatever. There's no reason to apologize for stating your personal perspective, your beliefs, or whatever the case may be, which is a friend zone. Friend zone where you are free to talk about what you want to talk about. You don't have to agree with us, nor do we have to agree with what you or anyone else has to say. You're free to say whatever you want to say.
Before we go back to talking about Clown Town, can I mention that like for one day every 4 years, because that's how long your license lasts here in Michigan, for one day of those 4 years, I am a Pastafarian when I have to renew my license, just so I can put a colander on my head.
You're so silly. As long as it's a colander. I mean, I didn't know where you were going on your head. What did you go put on your head? Kind of scared me a little bit,
No,
man.
There was a Supreme Court case where that
Just
precedent
kidding.
was set that,
Oh.
know,
Oh, that you
but
can't put
yeah.
a colander on your head?
well, they said they were a Pastafarian.
Oh,
and
that's right.
The DMV wouldn't let them do it, right.
So I just had a happy hour with some coworkers, and they were telling me about this too. And he went and got a colander, and he said, and this was the whatever the Pastafarians used for this is their get up. It was a colander on
Right,
your head.
right. Yeah, and he wanted to wear it in his official photo as part of
Right.
his religious beliefs,
That's
as
part of it.
exercising of his religious beliefs, and DMV wasn't allowing him. So he took it up through the courts, and he eventually got to the Supreme Court, where they were like, "No, that's free expression of religion. Let him take his picture. Quit messing around."
You know what's so funny? Liz didn't know what Pastafarian was either. I literally had this conversation maybe about a year ago with people. I had no idea what it was until I saw he went and said, "Let me show you what the thing is." And he went and got the little colander and put it on his head. I go, "Oh my God, okay."
Yeah, that's some old legal precedents too. That's got to be like, I don't know, 15 years old now at least.
Wow. Okay, so again, I've got some comments. I'm watching the comments about Yee. Got some comments. There's a lot of hating right now on Kanye. There's a lot of hating over there about
So
Kanye West.
I just laugh at him. I just laugh at him.
And Yum, we appreciate you. We know you're mods everywhere, and I appreciate your diligence that you go. And so here's the thing about Yum too. I've seen her on. I think I've seen her on either Irish Demon or even some of the other channels that I've seen. And Yum does moderate a lot of different channels. And she seems to, when she's on those channels, focus on those channels. People still come after her on those channels or whatever channel she's on. But at least she stays focused on the channel in which she's actually modding for. She didn't come over here and start talking about other channels while she's modding for us. And that's why I have some respect for her as a moderator, that she at least is able to, stay in the element of whatever channel that she or he is in. So, kudos to you. I appreciate you always, coming back here and, modding for us, because God knows we need it. We really do. So
Now, I got two things to say. Yes, Jake, Pastafarians are a real thing. I use it as a parody because of the legal precedents.
it's a real thing.
And yes, it's a real thing. And the easiest way to get around the whole wrench, like I'm going to deflate all the wrenches right now. The easiest way to get around all the wrenches is to get on the stream.
Amen, brother. Amen. If
You have no power where I'm at. I fear you not.
Can't stop me on the panel. By the way, Dick Insider, I saw some other people, AJ, whatever the number bomber, whatever it is. You're still welcome here. I hope you find that this conversation is something that you can either stimulate your thought process or you find entertaining. That's all we're trying to do here. All we're trying to do is create dialogue, discussion, and then at the end of the day, hopefully you have a drink in your hand, even if you are a troll and you're feeling a little loosey-goosey, unless you're Marcus and you're feeling a little gassy because you're drinking Mountain Dew. At least we were having a good time. True Teller, we said hello to you at the beginning, so hopefully you're not feeling like you're being treated like a stepchild. We said hello to you at the early stages because you were one of the first comers. And again, Jake's not really here, so we're trying to, once again, have a conversation. But unfortunately, we've got a lot more chat going on, so they go up faster than what we can actually catch up on sometimes. And we're not saying that they're super fast, but by the time we get through looking at each other in the video and then we look over here, your chats have gone up and it's hard for us to scroll back down to keep up with the chat. So please.
That's because you guys are on fire. Fire.
That's right. You guys are doing really great. We appreciate you guys doing everything. And like we always say, this is a Tuesday night. It's Taco Tuesday. Hopefully everybody has some tacos today or a burrito or something. Mexican pizza from Taco Bell, something. And you come over here and have some cocktails with us in the evening time where we smoke a cigar and talk about stuff. So Kanye West is a reprehensible person, right?
Guys, I'll be right back.
Right.
I've never really saw him as anything but like that dude that got famous by smashing Kim.
You talking about Ray J? Listen, we should have a conversation, another podcast about keeping up with the Kardashians because I'll never understand.
Oh God, no! Unless I know about these people, I have a virgin brain. I've never even seen an episode. I only know who these guys are because of the OJ thing.
I haven't either. But I know a lot of people who have, and I just would be interested in...
Get yourself some better people to hang around.
Why? Why do they do that? But anyway, I've shown you two black athletes.
But he ain't no athlete.
I mean, two black people who have behaved badly. And listen, I get it. Kanye. So, and listen, I don't buy this whole mental health thing for people who behave badly consistently, especially when you're someone in the limelight. Kanye West has people around him that always are they're sitting in front of him, in front of the interviewer and saying, hey, that question's not allowed. Okay, Kanye, answer this question. Or we're going to stop this interview because it's going completely off the rails and we're stopping it to save our client's reputation. Sometimes these entertainment individuals, again, I will say this personally. I have a friend who makes a whole lot of money. And when you go out with that guy, and he's making bad choices with his money, even though it's his money, and you go, wait a minute, hold on, stop, man, you're doing that. That's not what you're supposed to do. He doesn't care. You don't tell him no, not to do stuff because he's the guy.
You can, but you can't tell him to not do it. You can point out that it's foolish, that, you wouldn't be doing something like that.
Listen, no. Let's make no mistake about it.
Dictate what their activities are.
Let's don't make no mistake about it. I'll tell people, no, man, this is the bad choice, man. Don't fucking do this shit. Don't, man. Stop. And me and him have gotten to a point where we almost get to the blows in the club. And I'm like, dude, if you really want to do this, man, let's go. But I'm telling you, you acting like a fool. And there sometimes, he's a big guy. He'll fucking put me in my place too. I get it. I get that. But I'm not going to sit up here and wake up in the next morning and he's like, Brian, dude, did we really fucking do that? And I'm like, man, I tried to tell you, dude. He goes, yeah, Brian, I know, dude. And he always expresses remorse. So I get it that there are people who think that money is power and they act sometimes out of character, but what I'm seeing as a repeated behavior is not out of character. That is character. That establishes
You're right.
who you are.
Yes. And the reason they're acting out in that way is because they know that money is power. They just don't understand how to exert the power that they want with the money that they have. It doesn't translate like to raw power. It translate into influence and being able to do things that you would normally not be able to do, say you didn't have money.
Yes, right. But see, and that speaks a little bit more about character, and why I'm saying what I'm saying is because character counts, right? Are we in a society where we allow people to be poor in their moral compass, or a tad askew, or they seem and keep giving us signals that their character is just piss poor? What I mean, are we at that society where we just character doesn't matter anymore?
Are I'm starting to feel like you're pointing me out. What did I do?
No, I'm not pointing you out at all. No. I'm just talking about Marcus because he's not here and he can't hear us. I'm like, God dang, how are you going to leave a live show? This is live, man. They're going to get up and just turn your back. Look, we see your we see your ears on top of the chair in the background. We see your ears sticking up. We know that's you up there. Look how he turned his chair. Look at him. Look at him turn his chair. Anyway,
yeah, the only thing I gotta say about his thing he got going on over there is that he's using that fake AI mask around you green screen, the digital green screen, instead of like a pull down from the ceiling or something.
Yeah, no real green screen. He's got the
exactly. All he has to do is have a pull down one. He could have that exact same thing going up behind him, and it'd look like a whole lot better. That's just my opinion.
That's for his birthday. When his birthday comes back around, I'm giving him a green sheet just to hang up in his house, and he could put whatever he wants back there. So anyway, let's go back to this. Again, there's a reason why I'm talking about these things. Trust me. And we're getting to this part. We're getting to it. We're getting close. Because, once again, we talked about a black guy. Devontae Adams. Pushing the guy. And we had some comments. Man, can't believe that happened. Then we get to Kanye. We got some kind of differing opinions about Kanye. People think that he's a mental case. Antonio Brown, people kind of keep giving him that mental case. You know, he needs some therapy. But when you continually do things that you know are wrong, you can't keep blaming mental health on bad behavior. That's just my opinion. You can only say I was mentally ill because I had a mental breakdown one episode. But if you continue doing it and you become a serial killer because of your mental health, that's not mental health. You're just a bad guy. You're just a bad guy.
Wait.
Period.
Are you saying those that are serial killers can't also be mentally unwell?
Oh, yeah. No. That's not what I'm saying. Calm down over there, cameraman. Calm down over there. Calm down.
Just making sure this line I'm looking at over here is right or not.
Calm down. Look at Marcus taking a swig of vodka. Look at him going straight to the head. Look at him.
Oh, I didn't even see it. All I've ever seen him drink was Mountain Dew. You got to do it again, man.
It's not. It's a water bottle. It got some like creatine or some bullshit in there.
It's water bottle. No, it's just some flavored water. That's all it is.
Okay. Mr. B says, Liz, did you see Tulsi Gabbard's statement today? She's leaving there. That's not a news surprise. Everybody knew, Mr. B, that was going to happen. She's been leaning to the to the right for so long. It's just, it was bound to happen. But anyway.
Yeah, but is she leaning independent right, or is she leaning just independent?
She says she's just leaving the Democratic Party. I'm not sure if she's actually being affiliated with anything, but she has been leaning a lot to the right.
The only place she can go is to the independents. They have no official party because she can't just go over to the Republicans. She'd have to be a part of their caucus.
Yeah, she'd have to be part of that.
Be part of their caucus.
Right.
She'd have to be registered
as a Republican.
The only place she can go. The only place she can go is to independent, and then once you're an independent, it's are you an independent, left leaning, or right leaning?
Well, we're not talking about that. But it's a good segue. It's a good segue to my next video. Because we talked about some things. That were questionable character traits that we would not like to see from people that are an athlete or a rapper or billionaire. Kanye West is a billionaire, in case you guys didn't know that. He's a billionaire. But what do you guys say about this? I'm going to show you this one. And I want you guys to tell me, what say you about this particular one? Now, hold on a second. Let me go back over here and tell me what you guys think about this statements here.
They're pro-crime. They want crime.
Wait. Go back here.
Some people say, well, they're soft on crime. No, they're not soft on crime. They're pro-crime. They want crime. They want crime because they want to take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. Bull. They are not owed that.
Joe Biden's 5 million illegal aliens are on the verge of replacing you, replacing your jobs, and replacing your kids in school. And coming from all over the world, they're also replacing your culture. And that's not great for America.
Some
So,
people say, well,
do you
they're
guys
soft
know, first of all, before we go any further,
They're
you guys-
digging deep.
do you, I told you there's a reason why I did what I did. Do you guys know who's asking for reparations?
I don't.
You don't know what persons are asking for reparations? And what reparations are?
Officially, I know. Reparations.
Usually, it's going to be African Americans. It'll probably be. I mean, African Americans are the only ones that I would know of.
Yeah, right.
Well, anybody disparaged by the practice of slavery doesn't have to be just Africans.
This guy, who is a sitting senator, says those people who are doing the crimes are asking for reparations because they want what you got. And they want to be rewarded for committing the crimes.
Okay, say that because I missed all of that because I
He says
see a politician. And
they said that people who are doing. Oh, let me play it again. I got it queued up right here. Hold on.
play it again because I see politician and then I immediately want to like trip them
right?
and make them fall.
It was a short clip. It's a little short clip. I get it. It's a little short.
And that's on either side. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll trip.
and again, this is not about politics.
Some people say, well, they're
this is not
soft
about
on-
politics. This is about bad behavior. And are we rewarding people? Once again, are we rewarding people for bad behavior? Okay, you guys see that, right?
Yep.
Some people say, well, they're soft on crime. No, they're not soft on crime. They're pro-crime. They want crime. They want crime because they want to take over what you got. They want to control what you have. They want reparation because they think the people that do the crime are owed that. Bull.
So the people who do the crime are owed reparations.
not what reparations. That's not why people. That's not why we're asking. Well, I say we. That's not why people are asking for reparations.
But you get where he's going with this. This is a racist dog whistle. So
yes,
he's
basically inferring race.
Right. He's saying that the only people that are doing crime are black people, and those same black people are asking for reparations.
That's not what he's saying. That's what he's inferring.
That's what he's inferring, but that's also what he said was those who are doing the crime want to be paid in reparations for doing the crime because they want what you want, what you got.
Right. That's what he said. What he's inferring is a racial dog whistle, yes.
Didn't they do the crime to begin with to take away whatever it was that we want reparations for?
Come on, Marcus. Come on, Marcus. But hold on.
Don't get me to start preaching. No.
But hold on. We're not talking about slavery. That's not what we're talking about. We're just talking about.
Okay, all right.
What we're saying is,
A couple of hours for that topic.
what do you think of what he said? And not only that, let me finish this real quick. Let's also talk about what do you think about Marjorie Taylor Greene also regurgitating a Ku Klux Klan talking point of the replacement theory. If you don't know what the replacement theory is, that is known rhetoric started by groups that are European groups that believed that ethnic groups were superior to them, and they were going to replace them in society, and therefore had to take other drastic measures in order to make sure that they were not allowed to be in the same.
I think it's dead, Jim.
Yeah, you hear that? You hear that? I'm over
I hear you over there. I hear you over there kicking that dead ass horse.
like, damn, I'm trying to get this thing to light. But go ahead, talk among yourselves. I'm gonna mute myself.
Wait, I missed the question then.
No, he's wanting to know our overall opinion of the comments and the inference
Oh,
between the first being the senator. Well, they're both senators, I'm pretty sure, or one's running for governor or something. But one made a reference to crime and reparations as an inference for a racial dog whistle, and then the other one was Marjorie Taylor Greene basically plucking almost word for word the replacement theory, which is how the National Socialist Party took hold in Germany.
okay. So forgive me because I don't really know. I don't know anything about the replacement theory or.
Well,
but I still-
replacement theory is something that people use sociologically to get groups of people to start swaying against each other. These people are coming in here, they're going to take all your jobs. It's the parody from South Park. They're going to take our jobs. That's what replacement theory is. It's been used in politics since the beginning of politics.
Gotcha.
These other people that aren't you are going to take your stuff. They're going to rape your women. They're going to do X, Y, and Z, yada, yada. Whatever you fear, that's what these people are going to do. And they use that as a rallying cry. It doesn't have to be just replacement. It's fear mongering.
Okay, okay, I get it.
It's direct fear mongering. That's why I said, in my first statement is, ooh, they digging deep. They're desperate. They are digging deep. They go into the golden oldies.
Goodness, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, I get it now. I don't.
Right.
So
Ooh, I think he's talking, but I don't hear him.
Oh, we need your microphone on, Brian.
Sorry.
There you go.
I did. I did this on purpose. I literally did this on purpose. I showed you small little things of behavior that black men have done, and it's all over the news. I even saw Jamie Lee Curtis on one of the morning shows crying because of what Kanye West did. But when I hear our elected officials talking about replacement theory, which is a Ku Klux Klan hate group, and then you've got Tuberville saying these things about reparations and black people, or alluding to the fact that black people are committing crimes because they're the only ones that want reparations, and they only want reparations because they are committing the crimes.
I think he had the inference backwards, but yes, to the same point.
Listen, I'm drinking Jefferson's Ocean.
Yeah,
so
I know.
leave me alone.
The inference is he's connecting the people that want reparations, which is predominantly those of African heritage, to those that are quote
committing
unquote
crimes.
doing the crime.
Right.
Right. That's the inference. That's why he mixed those specific sayings or those specific thought processes together.
That's exactly the point.
He didn't have to say the thing. He just had to do the dog whistle to get them thinking those things together.
Right. And it's almost like when Donald Trump, I don't know if you saw this, but Donald Trump actually went out and did a couple of weeks ago. He said, oh, and they're starting to talk about the N-word. The whole crowd said the actual N-word out loud. And he goes,
no, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Rally?
And he goes, no. We're talking about nukes. We're talking about nukes. He literally said that.
Oh no. You have to find this clip now.
Well, I can't find the clip now because I cut these. I pre-cutted these videos because I get them from other news sources, and I would have to play the whole thing just to get to that part. but it's
We're
easily found.
so what was going on is he's at a rally doing his little Trump thing, and we're gonna talk about the
The
N-word,
N-word.
and all of them bust out with that. He's like, no.
No. Yeah, no. We're not talking about that.
Oh, bro, no. You need to find a clip of that and hold on to that, because that is internet gold. That is going to age like a fine wine over years. Being able to have a hold of that and being able to throw that back out. Y'all remember this?
And listen,
y'all remember this?
Yes, I definitely will get that. But listen, there's a lot of things that people are saying about how the Democrats founded the KKK. Let me explain something to you. There was a time in history where the Republicans were the sensible ones, where they were saying end slavery. And the Democrats were like, no, we want slavery. They're part of the Civil War. If you looked at the history of the Civil War,
yeah.
Though we have evolved and there has been a shift on the belief system between the two parties. So while you want to sit there and say, hey, the Democrats founded the KKK, it is now the Republicans that are embracing that rhetoric. And this is not a political conversation. All I am talking about is that are we holding people accountable for bad behavior, or are we celebrating? Because when I said things about Kanye and I talked about Devontae, everybody was like, oh, he pushed somebody. He did this to this, and he said this about Jews. Uproar on the chat. We start talking about our elected officials talking about reparations and black people committing crimes. Oh my God, we lost some viewers.
Well, that's because they're the others.
That's the reason why I did what I did. It's because when we talk about things and you put them across the board and you put them on a measuring stick, when black people commit these type of egregious acts, it is lofted up here. When you see people of non-color, white folks doing the exact same thing, oh, wait a minute, Brian. You're racist. You can't be talking about white folks like that, man. Come on now.
You done stepped out of line or something.
You done stepped out of line. Get back in your position, Brian. That's what I'm saying. And listen, we're not racist. Marcus is not racist. I'm not racist. Cameraman has never given me a racist indication. Jake is not a racist. I don't think anybody
I'm not a racist. I'm a narcissist.
I am definitely.
I don't believe that my race has anything to do with my greatness.
If my greatness actually impedes upon yours a lack of self-confidence, I do not apologize.
Nor should you have to.
Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, Mr. B, Kanye was wearing a White Lives Matter shirt as well.
Oh, Twitter was blowing up about that. Oh my God, I was sitting there and then Twitter just started moving at light speed. It's like, oh God, who kicked the hornet's nest?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I don't want to get us off topic, but I've asked this question to a couple of different people. So I want to ask you guys regarding the White Lives Matter shirt. So do you guys think it's racist if a black person is wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt or if a white person is wearing a White Lives Matter shirt? Do you think it's racist in either case?
No.
I don't either.
I don't either.
They could wear White Lives Matter. They could wear All Lives Matter. They could wear Black Lives Matter. They have the freedom of expression. They can wear whatever they want as a billboard on their body. You don't have to agree with it. It doesn't mean you have a right to action or violence either. You just don't have to agree with it. Move on with your life. Move on with your day. If you choose violence, that's your problem.
Let me say this. If there was a kid that got snuffed out, killed by a police officer, and it was happening over and over and over again, and there are examples of this, and there was a community that says, you know what? Damn, our white children's lives matter. I would not oppose to that for the cause.
Right, for the cause. That's the word, the key word.
For the cause.
Well,
And I'm not saying
the
that you
cause
can't.
would-
But hold on. You can say it. Listen, I know freedom of speech. We're not going into freedom of speech. I'm just saying, from my perspective, if there was somebody who wore a shirt and it was just like that, and because of that, and they wanted to wear those shirts, I would have no problem with that. But
Right.
if there's no cause, no justification, and all you're trying to do is just stir the pot, I might sit there and go, you know what? I live in an affluent white community, and black people are being cast as being criminals, asking for reparations, and they want to say we this and that and the other, and Black Lives Matter, and then all of a sudden now you want to wear a White Lives Matter shirt. That to me kind of strikes as being a little bit of a dog whistle as racist, and I'm not going to engage you, but it could be a little bit looked upon as being a little racist. Just saying.
And that's where I was going with that, because the shirts themselves, whatever race color you are, that means nothing. But then you look a little deeper, and I understand why black people are wearing those shirts because of the cause. And to your point, Brian, if I saw a white person wearing a White Lives Matter shirt, not racist to me. I'm probably not going to give two rat's ass about it, but I might wonder, are you just trying to be combative? Or are you just, like you said, are trying to stir the pot in some way? But I don't think it's racist in any way either.
No. But let's flip it. There are a lot of people who get on white people for saying are wearing Black Lives Matter stuff. There's a lot of people. Would you have a problem with a black person wearing a White Lives Matter shirt?
No.
I don't think I would have a problem with it, but I think I would be like,
You would think it would be insensitive.
Yeah, maybe insensitive is the word.
They can still do it, but you frown upon
do
it
it.
because you think they're being insensitive with the statement that you're interpreting.
Perhaps, yeah, perhaps.
Now you're entitled to that interpretation, but you're also, that's something inside your headspace. You don't get to act out on your interpretation of something.
No, and for me, I wouldn't act out on it. But yeah, so you're right.
Right.
It would my wheels would start spinning, and I'd be like, I would be all over the place. I'd be like, wonder why? Maybe there's a reason. Yeah, maybe they know something I don't.
Are you entitled to know what that information is just because you saw them wearing it? You don't have the right to even interrogate them about that or about how you feel about that thing. That's where I draw the line. Is like people start thinking they're entitled to your opinion or something based on the shirt that you're wearing. It's like, lady, I'm just wearing a shirt. I don't care what it says. It could say XYZ. I don't care, lady. You mean nothing to me. You are nobody. Get out of my way. I'm trying to go home.
It could say Pornhub, right?
Pornhub.
Right. No.
Wait a minute.
Seriously.
Wait.
Like where
Marcus went straight to Pornhub. Like, wait a minute. Let's look at this. Let's look at his view history. Let's look at his browser history.
that is the sign. See, somebody's willing to push it straight to 11 to the farthest extremes to catch the attention. That's a sign of intelligence right there, because it looks like you're trying to grab attention. Like, hey, this is something to pay attention to, because we all know we are around a bunch of people that have really short attention span. You gotta shake the tree like that. Keep it fresh.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they won't stay with the conversation. Back in the day, you used to be able to shake them physically, but we frown on that nowadays. That's not to say you wouldn't still get punched back or anything else like that, but we were a tougher breed back then.
Hold on. I'm using my phone to reply in the text, by the way. Talk among yourselves. Don't just sit here and leave the silence going. I'm just replying.
Oh, replying to which one?
Yeah.
But
Blackula.
Blackula. Ha, 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 ha. Welcome to Drinks and Discussions. I can't do it. I just don't have the voice inflections to do different voices. I just don't have it. I just can do my voice. That's it.
You know what the key to doing that is? Is just close your eyes, blank out everything, only see that person in your head, and then talk through their voice.
Somebody told me that that's what you're supposed to do when Marcus has the good-looking girl at the end of the night at the club, and I got to take the ugly friend. Close your
You're supposed to
eyes.
do what now?
Close your eyes and pretend it's somebody else.
Oh, no. You know what happens when you get stuck with the ugly friend? This is for all the guys or gals out there. If you get stuck with the ugly friend, you wine them and you dine them, but you do not bed them. You wine them and you dine them so that you can mingle around the group of friends that they have.
True story.
Cousins, aunties, their whole social circle. You're gonna flesh that out. Don't be taking a chance on an ugly. Just saying, respect yourself. You can help them, they can help you. Just not like that.
Right. So, but again,
I had.
go ahead, Marcus.
Oh no, go ahead. I just had a couple little fun facts, if you will, since KKK was brought up, and then here we're the State Fair of Texas is in full swing now. I just learned this the other recently. I don't know, it was last week or two, but I just learned that back in the 1920s, the State Fair of Texas used to have a Klan Day, and where the Klan members from all over the South would flock to the State Fair of Texas, and that they would do all their bidding and initiate new members and whatnot. But I found that to be interesting. I did not know that.
I would not doubt it, given the time frame and the era. I would not doubt it.
And then in the 30s, it was instituted that, because of course the fair was segregated. It was in the 30s. I think it was instituted that there one day of the year, one day of the fair cycle, be known as Negro Achievement Day, and that was the only day that black people could go to the fair.
That's exactly right. Right, that's right in the 30s. Right when the World's Fair in St. Louis, wasn't it? The World's Fair in St. Louis when that happened.
Ooh, you may be right. Yeah, but those were two little facts that were unknown to me.
And by the way, I have to apologize. We all should apologize. We did get a little sexist.
Speak for yourself.
And by the way, Liz, we didn't say the ugly girlfriend. We said ugly friend. It could be the ugly male. It could be the ugly lady. It could be. I had to catch myself. I had to catch myself on my apology. I'm retracting my apology, Liz, because you almost shamed me into a shame apology, and don't you dare make me shamed into an apology when it shouldn't have been.
Drop the tear. Drop the tear now. Drop it. There it is.
But when I
we never said female. We never said female. When I said
don't settle for the ugly, I said I'm talking to the ladies and the guys.
Yep.
Yeah,
don't settle for the ugly friend.
We never said the ugly female friend. Listen, whatever floats your boat, Liz.
Don't project on me.
See, Liz always trying to stir the pot over here. I've got some trolls. Is that the real Liz, Flaky Jake? Is that the real Flaky Jake? Or is that a troll, Flaky Jake? And by the way, Mr. B, that's a good, Mr. B, by the way, that is a very good topic that we could talk about in a future time about black exploitation, because there was a lot of black exploitation films. But I'm not sure if you know and have the same definition about black exploitation as what I do. Because remaking of Shaft and some of the other movies, those aren't black exploitation movies. Those are just films that are trying to correct an industry that had black exploitation and movies that were considered black films and referred to as black films, honor to black people, in order to exploit black actors. So that's a whole different topic for a discussion. But again, willing to have it with you guys on Drinks and Discussions. I would love to have that conversation with you guys. Because at the end of the day, the color of your skin should never matter by how we are holding people accountable for their actions. If you sit there and say, and Yum is mentioning a lot of things that I'm sitting here and responding to you that I'm just not familiar with. I'm not familiar with all these things that you're saying about this Democrat that are all the Democrats that spoke at a KKK funeral or whatever. But you can't say those things about the Democrats if you're still saying that the Republicans who are associated and affiliated with the Proud Boys and all these other the Oath Keepers and all those types of things, you can't say it over here, but then don't apply it over here as well. That's where I'm going with why I did what I did today. You cannot sit there and say that I feel disgusted because this one side says it. I'm not talking about politics. You can't sit there and say that this one person did this, but then somebody else over here who looks like this did it, and I'm okay with it. That's why the topic is, are we in a society that we are promoting people with bad moral character and lofting them up to be some type of celebrity or some type of person that we look up to when their character has been shown time and time again? When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Maya Angelou said that. If someone shows you who they are, believe them. And I'm not saying that there can't be extremists on the Democratic side and on the Republican side. I'm just talking about people. This is not about a politics.
Are you talking about me again?
I talked to your therapist. I did talk to your therapist, cameraman. I didn't really want to say anything, but she sent me an email, and I said, "Let me talk. Let me get into it. Let me do it. Let me
Feeling like you pointing a finger at me or something."
See, I just don't get it. I just don't get it to where we're a society where we're promoting people who want to feel as if their insecurities are so bad that they can't allow to be critiqued, made fun of. They can't be someone who disagrees with them and without them having some type of, response that's either violent or some type of malicious response. There are a lot of people who talk bad about me. I get it. I got a text message last week. Somebody was talking bad about me. I don't care.
Oh, you pay attention to those fools?
Oh, no. I got a text message to my phone, to my cell phone, and somebody was saying something to me.
How do they got your phone number?
I've given my phone number to a couple of people that I trust.
Oh, that's where you messed up.
I did.
That's where you messed
But
up,
I get
bro.
it.
See,
I
you want
get
to know what I do? I'll give people my Skype phone number because if I don't answer my Skype phone number, it'll forward it to my cell phone. So you never have that number. You only have the dummy number sitting behind it.
Let me get to the chat real quick, and I'll get back to you on that one. Drinks and Discussions, Brian. I watched the baseball game today. The Mariners lost. Thank you. But I actually watched sports. Oh, my God. Liz watched a baseball game. Who are the Mariners playing? They're not playing the Astros, are you? Tell me who they're playing, Liz, because my best friend loves the Astros. Secondly, Yum showing up at a KK funeral with Proud Boys, which is the worst. I get it. The Proud Boys need to be locked up. I get that one. Mr. B, bad behavior is based on norms. Norms change over time and location. But here's the deal, Mr. B. If you don't understand your past, you're doomed to repeat it, right? Didn't somebody say that? Was that Mark Twain? Who said
True
that?
story.
Who said that?
Somebody smart. I don't know.
I believe that would have been a great Greek philosopher. I believe that's a very old one right there. Maybe I could wiki that.
You guys keep talking because I'm going to light this cigar because I let it go out again on me and this stupid thing.
Liz, are you an Astros fan?
Ew, can you imagine being a sports fan?
Liz is in Seattle. Listen, Liz is in Seattle, and her Mariners lost to the Astros, and that's who I know. My best friend Tim is an Astros fan, and he's probably drinking right now. If I don't know if you guys heard that, did you guys hear that?
Mariners.
Yeah, so she's a Mariners fan, and my friend is a Astros fan, and he's probably drinking right now.
I thought the Mariners were in Florida.
It's the Marlins.
Oh, we're both fish, right?
Mariners might catch a Marlin.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, I see it. I see it. Sorry, I know of sports. I don't follow sports.
Oh no, no, you're good. You're good.
Like,
No,
I'll follow the World Series and maybe the last couple of games leading up to it. The same thing with the Super Bowl. And as far as when hockey comes on my screen, I'm just looking for dudes to get smashed into the wall and maybe a fight breaks out or something. I ain't watching for the score.
I tell you what, with hockey players,
hockey's so slow.
If you go to the
no,
game,
I
it's
think
better.
it's man.
No,
Those guys and oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, if you go to a hockey game, that is a totally different experience than watching hockey on TV.
100%.
Agreed.
Yep.
But even if you're there in person, these guys aren't on the ice more than 2-3 minutes at a time because they are going nonstop. That's why they have so many different shift changes. I mean, it is 100 miles an hour for 90 seconds to 2 minutes at a
For
time.
all those people that are so used to watching it at home and stuff like that, like the people at the game, when you go to a commercial break, there's still stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the game, but like the ice clears, they'll come out, do like a minute stint of this thingy here, congratulating these people, patting themselves on the back, and then they're back to the game because the commercial break just got over.
So let me go to the chat again. Let me just say this. I get Yum is still talking about the Proud Boys are horrible, but they are way better than Joe Biden and Obama. Speaking of the KK, listen, there is no better, Yum. You can't sit there and take two evil, wrong things and say that one's better than the other. That's where I'm trying to go with this. You cannot sit there and go, hey, there's some black guys over here. They're causing trouble, and it's frowned upon. But then if I go and get some senators like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Rick Tuberville, go in there and say these things, and it's okay, or maybe it's just a little bit less than what people do.
We're not saying that it's okay, but both of those are serving public servants, right? Marjorie Taylor Greene and I don't know who the other guy was. That was the first time seeing him.
Rick
Tuberville.
He's a senator. Alabama. Former coach, college coach.
That's him. I thought I recognized that name.
Is he running?
No, he's already in the seat. He's got a seat.
Okay.
I thought I recognized that. That's Tommy Tuberville.
Tommy Tuberville. That's right.
But you're kind of. I understand where you're going with it in the course of the conversation, but you're comparing almost two different standards, though. You're comparing those that are private citizens against those that are public servants.
Well, let me also say this about Lightfoot out in Chicago. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of what she's doing. All the things that she's doing is not helping that community out there. So if you want to hear me say something negative about Democrats,
now
this is what I will tell you.
Do you think that she's doing the wrong things for the right reason? Remember how we said earlier, doing the right thing?
I will tell you that I don't see anything that she's doing that actually has made any difference, and I don't understand why she's elected. She seems to be over and over and over again, from the things that I've seen, unqualified for the position in which she's in. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. So you can make certain things.
The only qualification is being elected, though.
That's not what I'm saying. That is the problem of America. A problem with America is that elections are starting to become a popularity contest. It's just like, are you voting for the homecoming king and queen, where the cheerleader is being elected to the homecoming queen when she's been bullying all the other cheerleaders and all this other stuff? But she's pretty, and she's popular. So let me vote for that. Makes zero sense to me.
To be my elected representative and la la la, instead of the person that is ideologically, or not even ideologically, ideally more qualified, because I don't know, they've actually been pursuing the job, not the popularity.
That's see, this guy right here below me, that's the cameraman right here, cameraman. He gets what I'm saying. And and Yum was kind of put me in check. She put me in check a little bit. She's always talking about how, I'm always saying things that are maybe pro-right instead of things on the left when I say I'm a centrist. I don't believe, in my opinion, there's a big governor race also in Georgia with, damn it, right on top of my head, Kemp and what's her name?
Oh, is she running again?
Yes, she's running again.
Stacey
And-
Abrams.
Stacey Adams. I am not
Abrams.
a Stacey Abrams. I'm not a Stacey Abrams fan. I just don't think that she encapsulates what I think of what are consistent with elected officials. Elected officials have to have a certain quality, that X factor, if you will. They're not celebrities, but they have to be a person of substance. And I just don't see that person of substance when it comes to Stacey Abrams. She's missing something for me that just doesn't just like speak to me as who I am as a minority, as a male, as a person who is looking as a business owner. I don't live in Georgia, but when we're talking about the federal government and the things that you can actually do, because they have governors meetings with the president that can actually help, spearhead federal legislation. She just doesn't do it for me. The governor of Illinois doesn't do it for me either. So not everybody in government is racist, but there's racist rhetoric that can go on both sides.
I'd argue in the opposite extreme though. I'd say that everybody's at least a little racist.
I'm not.
So to say that
I'm not a little racist.
you'd be, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's easier to say that everybody's a little bit racist than trying to go for the achievement of nobody being racist. Coming to a common understanding rather than trying to change people's behavior.
Are you talking maybe prejudice? Everybody's for sure, I think, has some prejudice.
Yes, exactly, Marcus. Yeah,
right,
you can be prejudiced, but that's not racism. You can be prejudicial, but you don't. That's not racism. Look, if you come to me,
right.
If you walking down the street and you got some baggy pants and a wife beater on, I'm going on the other fucking side. I don't give a fuck what color you are.
You know what? You know what that tells me about you? You know what that tells me about you?
What?
You don't carry a gun.
No. Listen. but hold on.
You gonna walk across the street because of the way a dude's dressed?
Hold on a second.
Bro.
Hold on a second. I'll be honest with you. If you get into a street fight and you got a gun, by the time you are being knocked the fuck out, you don't have time to pull that gun.
Oh, no. You don't come within my personal space. You don't come within my personal space without me pulling that.
Hold on, stop it, cameraman. You know as well as I do. When somebody gets in your personal space, you don't know they're in your personal space until they're in your personal space, and you don't have time to pull out your gun. That's a misnomer.
No. That's a
misnomer.
That's a great thing about mine. Mine's mounted on my wrist. It's a revolver that all I got to do is literally clench my fist and then move my wrist. Pop.
Let me find out.
It's always
cameraman.
there.
Look, let me find out the cameraman is actually using a synthesizer, and he is part of the Marvel universe, multi-universe, and he's got like this laser on his wrist, and he's going pop, 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 pop.
God, I wish the laser did something, but it just shows me where the bullet might go.
You're so stupid. He's like the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy that whistle and those little things would just go in.
No, but literally, if you look up
a little fox, you talking about the little fox or
no, the guy it was the evil guy. It was the evil guy that had this little whistle, and when he would whistle, these little darts.
Oh yes.
And stab people.
Is it Bullseye? Not Bullseye. I'm thinking that's the DC movie.
Are you talking about if he whistles in the arrow?
Yeah, he
Have you
whistles
guys
it.
never?
That wasn't a bad guy.
That was Guardians of the Galaxy, and he was the bad guy.
Yeah,
Yes.
yep.
No, he wasn't.
He started out as a bad. Well, he started out as a bad guy. I think in the first.
No, he wasn't a bad guy. We just didn't understand the situation of what was going on.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Freddie Frets, welcome to the show. That was the funniest comment I think that I've ever seen in a long time.
I'm just reading it now. And you're still over there kicking that dead ass
I'm trying
horse. I've already tuned it out. I was literally hearing it in the background in my headset that I wasn't even paying attention to anymore until you mentioned that comment.
My bad.
Yes,
Listen.
his name. Liz got his name, Yandu.
And Megatron Community
Yep,
Watch says I have a
Yandu.
lightsaber strapped to my wrist. That's hilarious.
But no, really, if you look up a switch gun, it's literally a little pocket size, palm size, flip out revolver. It's 22 long rifle, and all I did was take away the sheathing to make it a switchblade like, fling action, and I just mounted it to my wrist with a bowling brace and 3D printing.
But let me just say this real quick. At the end of the day, hopefully I don't put myself or my family in a situation where lethal force is required. That's number one. Because one,
No. Yeah. That's what I mean. Nobody should be looking to go out and harm people.
Yeah, if I'm getting robbed, here's my wallet. Here you go. Like, look, I'm
No.
I
I got some of you. I'm getting robbed.
Look, no, if I'm getting robbed, here you go. It's done. I'm done. Yeah, I can replace the credit card.
You have the right to keep and bear arms.
I don't listen.
Right?
I don't keep cash. The only time I keep cash is when somebody on the golf course has paid me
but
cash
you
because
have
they don't
something
have.
that's infinitely more valuable than cash, and that's your life.
But nobody's gonna kill me over no money. Hopefully.
Oh, whoa! Don't say no.
I said hopefully.
Some people just kill you for the fun of it.
Freddie Frets is still looking at the stove. He's like, "What the fuck? Why do I want this thing? I'm trying to make some ramen
Just saying
noodles."
that every now and then,
ramen
you
noodles.
can meet people that are out to accomplish something. But then there's just the people that are trying to do the thing, and they're just gonna pop you anyway, just because they can.
But listen, I'm approaching an age where I have never been into a altercation where I thought lethal force was going to be necessary. That's just me.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Until
That's just
you're
me.
in that situation,
That's
and you
just me. But I also know my parents have never been in a situation where lethal force, and they're in their 70s, was going to be required for them to, survive. And I've got grandparents also probably wish they had lethal force, some of these knuckleheads, when they were growing up. But no one's ever needed to use lethal force in order to survive. The number of times where you will need to use lethal force in your personal whatever is the same number that people use when they say, you know what? Abortion should be illegal because the amount of people who have rape and have conceived a child is 1% of all the rapes and all that kind of stuff. It's the exact same thing on why people need to carry a gun. It's like less than 1%.
No, you're misconstruing again though, because one's a right, one is not. You have a right to keep and bear arms. You don't have a
You
right.
had a right to an abortion until they overturned it.
It's
not a right. It's not a right until they. It's not a right until they take the right away.
There was an inference because of Roe versus Wade, and now that inference has been re-evaluated and inferred a different way, and now that practice is no longer legally acceptable.
You know what? It's also an inference. Women's rights to vote. An inference. You know what also is an inference? You know what also is an inference? The Civil Rights Act is an inference. Tell me I'm wrong.
You went deep there.
I go deep. I go deep all the time.
Well,
I go deep all the time, cameraman.
We can wait. There's another layer that's sitting literally.
I just look this way. I'm pretty smart. I just look this way. But I'm pretty smart.
All those things you're right are an inference, and so there's another layer that's sitting right below us, except it's one that nobody likes to talk about.
Well, we're not talking about it tonight.
Okay, just say.
We're not.
That's
talking
why I
about
was.
that
That's why
tonight.
I was asking, because it's like once we
Once we
crack
go,
that layer
all right,
open,
look,
there's
I get
a
it.
beast
I
in
know
there
where you're
that's
going.
gonna pull
I know where you're
back.
going. I know where you're going. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes.
Yeah. That's why I was checking.
Pump
That's why I was
the
checking. I'm
brakes.
like, bro, there's like it's sitting right below us.
Listen, and this is why I love to have you on the panel, because you can really invoke intelligent conversation, and that's what I love about Drinks and Discussions. Just because we can start somewhere, then we can come all the way around, and then we can go into something that we didn't even know that we're going to delve into, and it still is just a great conversation at the end of the day. But
Right.
But
Well,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, Flaky Jake said an inference, as in something implied. Yes, think about this. Something that's inferred and implied is in the Constitution, men are directly noted as those that have rights. Now, of all the people that wrote the Bill of Rights in the Constitution, they were all married. They weren't virgins. They knew of women, yet they purposely mentioned only men, not men as having rights. I don't think that was a mistake or a typo. So that's the way it was written, but it was later inferred or implied to mean everybody, men, women, otherwise.
And that goes into a whole different topic of conversation when we start talking about
I
systemic
know
racism
we're
and sexism implied.
yeah, I know. Like I
all
said, we're
through the
skating real
Constitution.
close to this
Awesome.
layer that I'm looking like, bro. There's some shit sitting below us, bro.
Listen, and I'll be honest with you. Yum said something to me last week, and Yum, if you're still in the chat, I want to make sure you understand. I do listen, and I go back and watch some of the things that we talk about, even though the live chat is not available for you guys to see. But Yum actually said, when I asked last week, how can we improve viewership? And Yum was like, well, you got to stop talking about politics. You got to stop talking about this and all that kind of stuff. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Because I don't talk about politics per se, or we don't talk about politics. Sometimes we get out here and we talk about things that are in the news, things that are current topics of discussion. And if those things touch on politics, we're not shying away from it. Because at the end of the day, I want to know if what I'm seeing is the same pulse from what you guys are saying and thinking in the chat. Because I don't know where all you guys are, but I know we're in Texas. Cameraman, you're in what state? I don't know. If you want to say it, I don't know.
I'm in southern Canada. I'm in Michigan.
Okay, so Michigan, Southern Canada, Michigan, and Liz is in Seattle. We've got a couple people all over the place. I know Thumper is here in Texas as well. All I'm saying is that when we talk about the climate of things that are in the news, I want to know if the news is representing our views. I want to know if you guys are thinking the exact same thing that's being reported. So that's why Drinks and Discussions General is just one of these things where we can just talk about things that are in the news. I'm not trying to, come across as being holier than thou or some kind of guy that's doing whatever. But at the end of the day,
Ooh.
I want people to be able to find a place where we can come over here and talk about things and not beat up each other because we have to, browbeat you to think and feel how we feel. Yum has definitely given me some things and some food for thought. Appreciate it. I'm going to go back, and Mr. B always is the guy who's going to always give us some things, some thought-provoking comments. Appreciate that. Liz, even though she's late, but she's also asking and engaging in things that we need to talk about. So that's one of the reasons why I just love having the dialogue. Even on this spooky full moon night that's hanging out. I thought that was Batman wings over our little chat, by the way. Is it Batman wings or just a bat? I don't know if we need to have
it's just
the
a bat.
signal. Okay, I think we need to have the bat signal to rescue us from some of the nonsense that goes on sometimes throughout the night. Yes, we have been watching. I have a little bit the Daryl Brooks trial.
Yeah.
The guy who ran over everybody in that.
Yes.
Yes. I've been watching
Waukesha,
it.
Wisconsin, and the Darrell Brooks trial has been getting a ton of coverage. You're just not looking in the right places because you're looking at mainstream and or cable media.
So-
Where you need to be looking at is LawTube. I know there's a dude that covers like all sorts of stuff, and I know he's been covering Darrell Brooks. I've been watching him daily.
But here's the deal. Also, I look at it and I've known what about it because if I got a lot of people that I actually work with who live in Wisconsin, and they will tell you there's a lot of mass murderers that came out of Wisconsin for whatever reason. Then I also have a really good friend who played quarterback for the Green Bay Packers in Wisconsin. So I've been watching this, not necessarily intently, but I've also just kind of been watching it because it matters to me. So if you want us to talk about it next week, or if we do an after party, if we're not going to talk about football, because I really want to talk about it on the sports channel. And Marcus, I hope you saw. Did you see the Sports and Discussions sports video?
I'm sorry. I need a wrench.
You need a wrench. If you bypass the wrench if you're on the panel, cameraman. What the fuck?
Yeah, but I can't exert my power to mute Mr. B now because he says he watches Delete Laws. I'm sorry, bro. I feel so sad for you.
Listen,
I know who you're talking about.
Let me just qualify. Let me qualify that's the statement you just made. I know a lot of you know me for when I went on other channels because I thought that I was being a person on a host on other channels that I thought that it would bring viewers over here because they would like what I was doing because of what I was representing myself as being on other channels. Man, did I not know then what I know now. That was a big mistake. So I got a good friend, not a good friend, but he's a friend. And hopefully he will be a good friend who lives here and we will be drinking and hanging out. And he covers Delete Laws, but I just don't, that's just not what we do here. We're just not that thing that we're just
that's something that we do as a Discord chat just to chat it up with each other.
Just chat it up, yeah.
We
But
need
we're
to
not
broadcast.
No, we're not broadcasting them because there's so many people who do it better than us. So
Exactly.
There's no
that
reason
knows so much more.
There's
I'd be
no
asking
reason,
more
right.
questions than comments.
Right. But I will tell you this. Look forward to Marcus, myself, doing the chip challenge. We're going to do it. Marcus is going to do it.
Oh, did you finally hit your goal?
We're close. Hopefully we're close. We're not close, but we're going to be close.
He's like, no, we're not close.
I even put specifically to all my Facebook people. Listen, we've got videos on Facebook that are like almost at 3,000 views, and I just don't understand it. We have 260 something followers on Facebook. So on Facebook, if you're watching this, because we stream this on Facebook, if you're watching this on Facebook, stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, nobody's joining in. Sorry. Okay.
That's a Rough Riders
Let's
roll.
roll.
Stop.
Okay. Anyway,
Drop.
I told everybody, stop what you're doing on Facebook. Go on to YouTube, click this link, subscribe, so that we can get, if we had all the views or the subscribers on Facebook over here, we'd be like at 400 subscribers. So Ken, Tim, Ben, all my golf guys, you gotta subscribe to YouTube. Cameraman, what are you doing on the promotional stage? Are you promoting? I'm just kidding. Marcus, you know what? I'm going to call Marcus out right now. Call him Marcus out. Because Mr. B, I get it. We need a co-host. Listen, I got female co-hosts coming. I promise you, I got female hosts coming.
Oh God. Are you trying to get rid of your female friends? Because I mix with females like oil and water, and I don't know what it is.
Hold on. So, listen, we have a suite. We have a suite of channels. So I've got.
I know.
And we've got, and Marcus has met my neighbor, who's also kind of pseudo golf pro, Saran, and she's got a group of ladies that they're gonna do Drinks and Discussions Ladies Night. And that channel belongs to them. Then I also have got two ladies that are also doing the true crime Drinks and Discussions True Crime.
Is that where I get to talk about what I did in Afghanistan?
No, that's what you get to talk about. What your therapist told me. That's what you're gonna get. All the crimes that cameraman admitted to his therapist is going to be on True Crimes.
Good thing my therapist works for the VA, right?
Mr. B said Ian and Cuss, formerly known as Brian and Marcus. Ian and Cuss. I don't.
Ian and Cuss.
Ian Cuss.
Oh,
Cuss.
The last three.
Yes.
The last three digits of
No,
our name.
no, Flaky Jake. No. I love women. I like women a lot. Women do not like me. I learned a long time ago that whatever it is they like, I am the opposite of that.
Let's not get cameraman focused on the women thing, because we're not talking about the marriage. We're not talking about any of that stuff right now. That's a whole therapy conversation we're not doing right now. But I will tell you what time it is. It is time for Dad's jokes. Let's get it, Marcus. Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Just a couple for you guys today. So, what did the artery say to the muscle?
Atrophy you.
You're being a little vain.
A little vain.
Ooh, that's a burn. This artery's pretty big.
That's okay. I get it. That's okay. That's okay. I had to let it marinate for a little bit, but I get it. It's fine.
I had
Freddie Fretz. Wait, hold on.
Freddie
Freddie Fretz says drinks and ASMR. Good night, Freddie Fretz. Good. I'm glad we can. If we can put you to sleep, thank you for coming anyway. Appreciate it, man. Liz liked it, by the way.
Okay.
Liz
liked it. All right. Last one for the night. Where do lizards go to fix their fallen tails? Where do lizards go to fix their fallen tails? Back to the head,
back to the body, into the body. Trying to figure out what
the retail shop.
Retail shop. Oh. Wah, wah, wah.
Hey, the cameraman, he got quiet on me. I ran him off.
Cameraman has got his mouth on mute. He's like, man, that was kind of funny. He's like, damn, that's good. He's writing it down right now. He's like, let me go and get that in there. Good. That was actually kind of funny. The retail shop. Oh, Mr. B, I got a lot of success stories on my pellet grill. Go with, by the way, as we're ending this string, I didn't know that they had these things because I've been trying to change out my pellets, because there's pellets from Traeger that actually are not real wood pellets, but they have charcoal pellets right now. And if you are a charcoal guy, go with the charcoal pellets. It gives you more flavor. And then you can have the smoke tube and you can fill that with wood, but put that wood in there at least for 30 minutes before you put anything on that grill. Get that wood going, and if you have a flame, you can actually start that wood to kind of get it like hot and start smoking. I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to smoke, and I'm going to have Marcus to verify this one. Marcus, Sunday night, Put it on your calendar. I'm trying to tell you. I'm smoking a brisket. Marcus. And you and I, before the Cowboy game, we will do a taste test of my brisket before the Cowboy game starts. And I want you to give everybody a synopsis of what my grilling techniques or smoking techniques really do. And I know Marcus is finicky. I get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I am very picky.
The charcoal may not. It doesn't cause air pollution because it doesn't like give off as much fumes as the briquettes do. So I think it may give off a little pollution. But at the end of the day, I gotta eat. Guys gotta eat. So, hey guys. So anyway, yes, charcoal pellets are a thing now. Yes, Mr. B. Do you have a pellet grill? Let me know, Mr. B. And what do you grill? As cameraman goes into his little goodbye in the chat, I want you to tell me what you're grilling. If you have a pellet grill, what type of pellet grill, and then if you are using the charcoal pellets. But cameraman, send us out and tell us, everybody, your last words.
Stay safe, stay healthy. And I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but it's coming up. Vote.
That is sweet and to the point. Marcus, you're up, dude.
I was just gonna point out real quick. Just for fun, had a joke. I don't know if y'all saw it in there.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't see it.
She asked, "Did you hear about the peanut? But did you hear about the peanut that went to the hospital?"
It was assaulted.
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 That's pretty good. Just for fun, that's pretty good.
So Flecky, Liz just said that her son wants her to smoke weed with him after she retires, and there's weed that's legal. So far, she's holding firm with no. What you do? Me? What I do? I think experiences with your siblings or not your offspring are rare. And as a father, if there's an experience that I can experience and my kids want me to experience with them, I would never say no.
Brian?
If it's
combination.
legal, then I don't see why not. But if it's your personal choice not to, well, then don't. That's your choice. But you're not committing a crime if you do.
Yeah, if I wouldn't say, hey, you know what, Mom, I'm gonna die, so let's go rob a bank before I die. And you go, oh no. But if it's legal where you are, Liz, and you are comfortable with it, I think you should go for it. Because that's an experience. I hope my son's going to turn 21 the 29th of this month. I hope he is available and wants me to be around when he does. He's one of those studious guys. He's never had a sip of alcohol like Marcus. But if he wants to have his first beer at 21, go buy his first beer at 121, I would hopefully hope he would ask me to be a part of that experience. But that's me being sappy. So,
The only question I have is why are you waiting till you retire to smoke weed?
That's Liz. Liz is like, I don't know how old Liz is, but she's going to retire on the 31st of October. She's got literally 10 days to go. She's been at the same job for like 40 years. God bless her. We can't wait to celebrate her retirement party. Hopefully she has a new laptop, because when she gets a new laptop, she says she's going to come on the panel with us and have conversations with us. You don't have to be on video, but if you want to have your voice on here, we would appreciate you, Liz, because you have been always a supportive person of Drinks and Discussions, and we appreciate you. We really do. So, Marcus, you have your time to say some parting words. Marcus, you're up. You're up, Marcus. Parting words. Marcus fell asleep on us. I didn't even know that.
If you can just stand perfectly still, we'll just think you froze.
Like you're frozen. Marcus! Hello, Marcus! You can't hear us?
That's on his end then.
Yeah, it definitely is on his end. It's definitely on his end. What happened, Marcus?
Can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth?
And no, that is not your stove, Freddy Fretz. That's my lighter again.
You know what you need, right?
I changed
You need,
it. I changed it. I changed it. Look. It works.
There you go. No, you need you need like one of those not a Steam Deck, a Stream Deck. One of them's like 32 button ones, so that things like that come up in chat, you can then later soundbite, mess with people.
Listen, I need a producer for the show so I don't have to try to do all the things all myself. That's what we need is a producer. Marcus, can you still hear us? Marcus.
I'm telling you, man, you just need to get one of them Stream Decks and start pinning those things as they happen.
That's a lot of work, man. I really try to do, even what I'm trying to do
You'd
right
be
now,
surprised
it's
how
really hard.
fast it is.
Okay, so Marcus.
You'd literally just write it down on a piece of paper, come back to do it later.
Marcus can't hear us, I'm assuming. He can't hear
No.
us. Talk, Marcus. Just say something. Just talk. You can't hear us, but talk.
Anything?
Yes.
No, we can hear you.
You guys can hear me, but
Yes.
Yeah,
I can't hear you.
yeah. Yep, that's exactly what's going on.
Is it time? Is it time to go?
Thumbs up. Give him a thumbs up. Give him a thumbs up. Give him a thumbs up. Time to go.
You want me to talk to the people in the chat?
No.
There you go.
Last words, man. Last STWW.
You're doing sign language. I don't.
OOORD.
I have no idea.
Last words, man.
All you got to do is point to your watch again and talk. Watch,
Time,
talk, and then thumbs up.
Talk. Speak up. So my camera view, everybody's stacked on top.
Look.
L, okay. O,
No.
Tell he's not looking at the chat.
fourth down.
No. L.
L. Lock.
Tell Marcus. Somebody in the chat say last words, Marcus. Somebody say last words, Marcus. I'm trying to. The cameraman said last words.
Cameraman, help me out in the chat there. Yeah, no, I don't know what's happened to my ability to hear you guys, but as always, I appreciate you guys out there in the chat for being here. So it's always fun interacting with you guys, and of course with the folks on the panel. So
that was comical.
Y'all have a fantastic Tuesday evening.
By the way, Megatron Community Watch, there will be a Dallas Philly stream. You've had it here first. You will hear it. You will see it. It will be on the Drinks and Discussions Sports channel, and we will be live during the Dallas Cowboys Philadelphia stream. Now, I don't know if we can actually stream the show while we're outside watching it, but Marcus, I'm booking you for being here. We're going to be outside. We're going to be watching it. And there's going to be some neighbors out here watching us as well. So it's going to be a fantastic evening while the Cowboys, with Dak Prescott, by the way, will come back and they will beat handily the Philadelphia Eagles. And we'll expose them as the frauds that they really are. So I got some homework to do. Yum has told me that there's a lot of things that I need to look at as far as from the Democratic Party and Nancy Pelosi and all these other people. Can you hear us now, Marcus? Or he's laughing at the chat. Never mind. I just want to make sure that people understand that we are not pro anything other than discussion. We are pro discussion. So if you feel as if I'm saying something that you don't agree with, I welcome you to give me information that I will go back and do some homework on. Or if you can give me some insight before we go live, I will go and do some homework and we could talk about it before we come on air. At the end of the day, we've got one more show before the Liz retirement. Liz will be retired after our next live stream, because after that, it will be the 1st of November and Liz will be retired. And I can't wait to hear. Hopefully she's got a laptop already. So if she's got a laptop, that would be great, because if she has to turn her laptop in and she's not ready to join us in 4 weeks, I just don't know what to tell her. She's going to be late again until like the next following stream. Yes, and Freddie Frets, I will give you that. I didn't want to talk about Elon Musk on Twitter, but we can talk about that as well. Remind me, guys, if you guys want to have us to talk about certain topics, go into the stream or go into the chat, go into the comment section. Tell us what you want to talk about, and we will come out here and we will talk about those things as well. We're not afraid to talk about anything. So whatever you guys want to talk about, let's do it. Cameraman, it's great. Really great to have you on the panel tonight. Marcus, always, my boy, it's always a pleasure to have you. Liz, Mr. B, Truth Teller, Flaky Jake, Megatron, Yum, everyone. I don't know where Isabella is. If anybody's seen Isabella, I would love to have Isabella back, because she's always been a great participant in the chat. If anybody knows where she's at, please let her know that she's more than welcome to come back here as well. Love to see her back on the chat as well. But you'll see some more videos throughout the week from Drinks and Discussions. You also will see a lot more things on Drinks and Discussions True Crime. The ladies over there are killing it. Drinks and Discussions Sports, that's what we're going to be about. I got a couple of movie reviews we're going to be doing as well. I'm actually looking for somebody to do movie reviews. If you think you're better than me than movie reviews, hit me up. Drinks and Discussions movie reviews is yours to take. If anybody wants to do movie reviews, I'm willing to give that up, because I'm really not that good at it. And then we also have Drinks and Discussions Ladies Night that you're going to start seeing more promos. They're gearing up. They've been doing a lot of practicing, and they're ready to gear up to do a Drinks and Discussions Ladies Night. So, with that, Freddie Frets, your stove is now operational, because I am not doing any more clicking with my lighter. I appreciate every one of you guys joining us tonight. Cameraman, my man Marcus, I'm Brian. We're Drinks and Discussions.